Hello, I'm Abdullah and you are watching Coding with Abdullah channel. In this course, we will learn together HTML and I will take you from basic level until you can type a complete project with HTML by yourself. During the explanation, we will build this website. Okay. Actually, this website is not just HTML. I use the CSS to style it. As you can see, it is just a simple basic page. We will build together this page using HTML, and after this course I will also record a course about CSS, and I will upload also here in my YouTube channel. So sure be sure to subscribe to the channel in order to get notifications for the updates. As you can see, this website basically built by HTML, then I added CSS in order to style it. So let's see a demo for this website or this web page without CSS. We will just build this page, which is this, because it's an HTML. Okay, so this web page without CSS, only HTML, looks like this. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so before we get started, we need a text editor. Text editor is just a program in which we will type text, right? Because code is text, so we need a text editor. Normally, you can use Notepad or any text editor, but of course, we will not only learn HTML, we will learn after even CSS, we will learn something like Python and so on, Django, and all of these things. We need a professional text editor. So you need to download and install Visual Studio Code, and it's free and you can download it easily. Just go to Google and um, go to the official website Visual Studio Code. Click the first link, then choose your operating system. For example, I'm using Windows, so click here and it will download it automatically. Then install it in normal way, but be sure to put mark sign on create desktop icons in order to let it in your desktop. Okay, so install Visual Studio Code and open it. You will find it like this. Now we need some extensions or plugins. Normally you can follow the course without these extensions, but you will find things like difficult. So extensions add some functionality to the Visual Studio Code, and it's easy to install it. It's not that difficult. It's one click. Okay, just click here on extensions tab. Then we need only 3 or 4 extensions. The first one is this extension. Search here on this one, which is Atom 1 Dark Theme. When you click it, just click install. Okay, and that's it. Then we need this extension also, auto close tag, and you will find that it will make our life easy during the typing HTML. So it will close the tags without we need to close it. It's so good. So also click on it and install it. Then we need auto complete tag. Install it, and auto rename tag. Auto rename tag. It is good because when we will rename the tag, it will from one part. It will when we rename open tag, it will rename the close tag. We will know everything that I mentioned later. But just install these extensions. Okay, click install button for auto rename tag, auto complete tag, and atom 1 dark theme, and that's it. So before we get started, we need to know what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is not a programming language, it is just a markup language. Markup language, it means that it's used only for defining the structure of your web page. Defining the structure of your web page means, as you can see, it just says that here you have a heading, here you have a paragraph, here you have an image, here you have a table, here you have a line, here you have a list, here you have a form. It doesn't look like a form right now, but later on you will find that it's actually a form. Okay, so don't get surprised. So HTML, we just use it in order to defining the structure of our web page. Sometimes you will find it's written like HTML5. 5, it is the latest version of HTML. So HTML5, it's the latest version of HTML. Now let's start. I will choose this name index, and in order to let the browser and let Visual Studio Code understand that this file is HTML file, you need to add the extension .html and hit enter. Then you will find this brackets appear, so you are good. It's a sign that the type of this file is HTML file. HTML has a basic structure. Before adding any tag inside it, you need to type the basic structure of the HTML file. Simply, I will hit Shift 1 if this file. 1 minute. I'll just change it to HTML. So again, Shift 1. If this sign appears, so you are good, click enter, and this basic structure will appear. Okay, and if this structure didn't appear when you hit Shift and 1, so you can easily type it yourself. It will work, of course. So let's see what is this basic structures talks about. Okay, first of all, as I mentioned, HTML is a markup language. What does tag mean? Because you will hear me while we are talking about HTML, you will hear this word a lot. Tag. Look, when you open this bracket and close it, so and type here something, we will understand everything, but just be with me. For example, P. Now you typed a tag. This thing is called a tag. But B, as you will know, should be closed. So if I make this, so now this P is called a tag. The first part is called open tag. The second part is called in or closed tag. Okay, so we have open tag and closed tag. Inside them, you type the content. Okay, so here we have this tag, which is doctype HTML. This tag, okay, before I explain them, let's look at these two major parts, head and body. Both of them are also tags, right? Anything inside HTML is tags, consists of tags. Anything that we will add here, it will not be shown inside the browser. Things that will be shown inside the browser will only be typed inside body tag. Again, any tag or anything we will add inside the head tag will not be shown for the user. It will be hidden because it will, as we will understand later, it's something for the browser, something to make search engines know the description or something of our website, the title that appears here, you know, and so on. So, anything that will be typed here, it will not be shown for the user. So all the tags that I typed here, normally I typed it inside body tag. Okay. So first of all, we have this tag. This tag is telling the browser that we are using HTML5. We are using the version 5 of HTML. This HTML tag is telling that it's a HTML page. The head tag contains meta tags. So you can put tag inside tag, yes. So this meta tags is a descriptive tags. It has something to tell to the browser, to the search engines, and so on. So we call it meta tags. Okay. The first tag that we will deal with is the title tag. This title tag, as you can see, is responsible for this tab here. And as you can see, the only part that appears from this tag is coffee. This coffee is written between the tab, okay? Actually, let's open this page. I will type coffee and I will go to the folder that I created this page inside. I will double click it and it will open here. Okay, so as you can see here, we have coffee. So there is no title here. This tag is not part of the things that will be displayed for user. Things that will be displayed for user is the content. And as I mentioned, that content is written between the tags. So till this moment, I expected that you understand two things. The first thing is that we will not deal with these tags right now, as it is not shown for the user. We will just deal with tags that will be written inside the body. Second thing, that the content which is written between the open tag and the close tag is the only thing that is shown for the user. Okay, but this thing is descriptive. What does it mean, descriptive? Descriptive that this tag has a message for the browser, like the content inside me is a title. So the browser translates this information and display it here. Okay. Later, and also here, the p tag has a message for the browser, like I carry a paragraph inside me. Display the content inside me as a paragraph. This tag also is a paragraph. This tag is image, so the content inside me is an image, so display it as an image. And same with table, tr. It's anything inside here, any tag, tells the browser that display the content inside me in a way that already built in inside the browser. So till this moment, we are good with the basic structure of HTML. So the first tag I will talk with you about is heading tags or h tags. Actually, h tags starts from 1 to 6. H1. So if I wanna use H1, I will type the tag like this, okay, and I will type the content that I want to be displayed on my page. So from our finished website, we have this H1 tag, which is coffee recipe, okay. So I will type coffee recipe inside this. So this content is the only part that will be displayed in the browser, okay. So if we went here, hit refresh, okay, as you can see, the H1 tag content displayed here. By the way, here you need to go to file and auto save, okay. You check it, because if you didn't check it, you need to save when you make any change inside your files, you need to save it by Control S. So instead of this annoying thing, you can just hit auto save here, okay. Okay, so H1 tag is used for heading, and we have also H2. We will type the same thing, coffee recipe, and we have H3 also, coffee recipe, and you can continue to H6, okay. If you refresh, you will find that the size of the content changing, right? So H tags is used to control the size of the content, right? Actually, no, okay? Because controlling the size, the shape, the position of elements, we will control it using the CSS. And it's not the point that H1 is like this, H2 like this, H3 like this. Actually, these H tags carry a message not only for the browser, but also for search engines like Google or something. So H1 tag has a benefits on SEO or something like this, search engine optimization. It carry a message about what this page is talking about. So my page is talking about recipe for coffee, so I choose this H1 tag. So it's so important to put a descriptive content or a descriptive heading inside H1 tag, and use only H1 tag inside your web page. H2, H3 to H6 you can use as much as you want, but you can put it for branch topics, okay, and H3 put it inside H2 tag, and yeah. So H1 is the most important one. It gives a descriptive title for your web page, and H2 you can use it for branch topics and something like this. So I hope you get understand what the message that H1 tag carry for the browser, okay, and you are good with H tags. So now let's talk about paragraph tag. Normally, before talking about paragraph tags, we need to know that you can, add paragraph inside your HTML page um, by using, it's not only one tag that you can use to add paragraph. Like it's not like this only. Normally, there is another tag also, which is pre. So what is the difference between these two tags? Both of them we can use in order to include paragraph texts inside our HTML document, but the basic difference is this p tag, paragraph tag, the contents that you will add inside this tag, and the browser will display it and format it in a way that leave only one space, one single space between every word, and by default the browser will not go into another line until the browser finds that the space of the line is complete. For example, if I added something like this from anything, let's say I love coffee, for example. Coffee is good. Anything. I love French coffee. As you see, we added spaces here, added new lines, and even here we can add more spaces between the two words, but the browser will neglect all of these new line trials, and will neglect also this free space, and will only include one single space between every two words, and it will not go into new line until it finds that the space is complete. But pre-tag is different, and we will see this after just inspect the result of this tag on the screen. So if we went to this page here, as you can see, it displayed it in single line and neglect the extra spaces that we added. But if I take the same code and put it inside this pre-tag and remove this paragraph tag, let's see, refresh. Now this tag respects the spaces that we added, and new lines and something like this, and you can use this tag if you are typing like poems or something like this inside your web page, but I will remove it. Normally we are not using pre-tag, we are using paragraph tag. Okay, so I will copy the contents that we have here and I will add it here. Okay, now there are other tags that you can include here and add extra effects on, or special effects on the words. For example, here as you can see, these two words are in bold, right? Are in bold. How can we do this? We can do this, coffee recipe. We can do this by using coffee recipe here. We can include them inside strong tag. Yes, strong tag. Let's go there. Okay, we will just copy coffee recipe and put it here. If I refresh the page, as you can see, the coffee recipe, these two words that I put them inside a strong tag, which is located inside our p tag, the words are in bold, right? Normally we can do this by using another tag, which is B. If we refresh the page, nothing changes, right? So you can use B and you can use strong, right? Right, but if you care about styling only, and by the way, we are not using HTML, we are not dependent on HTML for styling, so I'm not using B, I'm using strong. But why? What is the difference? I will tell you the difference, but after the second tag that I will mention right now also. Here, as you can see, okay, if I wanna make this word italic, I also can use any of two tags. I can use I, for example, this word, tastes. Okay, let's use I tag. As you can see, the word will be in italic. If I refresh the page, the word is in italic. And there is another tag, which is M. Do the same thing. As you can see, nothing changed. So what is the difference? What is the difference between M and between I? And what is the difference between strong and between B? Normally, we are not living alone in this world, right? There are other people who are unfortunately have something like disabilities in their eyes, blind people who are using the screen readers in order to read web pages or something like this. So, when the voice stopping and reading the page, when it reaches these kind of tags like strong and M, it will change the tone of their voice, so they know that the displaying of the page, this kind of words have a special meaning or something like this. So it's good for screen recording and also for search engines and these things. So it has a meaning for styling, not only for styling but also for screen readers. So if you are going to use any of these tags, so I recommend it to use strong and to use M tag instead of B and I tag. So in this part we talked about like three tags, or before tags. We talked about P, which is paragraph. We talked about pre, and pre is pre-formatted string. It means that the content that you will put inside this tag, the distances, new lines, and anything you are putting here will be reflected on the browser, and the browser will not affect it. But in p tag, if you put the same content in p tag, the p tag content will be affected by the browser. We have also we take also strong, and we talk b tags, and we know the differences between them. Strong and b, both of them will make the font bold, but strong have meaning for screen recording, but B hasn't no meaning for screen recording. The same as M and I tags. I tags have no meaning for screen recorder, but M tag has a meaning for screen record. Okay. As you can see here, we have this line. Actually, this line, we will add it using an HR tag. So after the paragraph here, we will add an HR tag. And as you can notice, this HR tag, the open tag and the close tag are only one tag. As you can notice also, here I added the backslash, it's a forward slash. I added the forward slash after the tag. But here in P, when we close it, we put it before the tag. Why? Normally we do this with tags which have the open and the close tag in a single tag. The other tag also, which have the same style, is image tag. As you can see, the image tag, open tag, and the close tag are in the same tag. Okay, so as you can see here, if I refresh, this is HR tag, the line that's present also here. Okay, so now we want to add this image Look here, when I type the image, the autocomplete of Visual Studio Code added these two things inside the tag. So what is this? Okay, there are some tags who have a special attributes. This single thing we call it attribute, and this other thing we call it also attribute. So attributes consists of name and value. Name and value. For example, image tag has an attribute which is source. In this attribute, you are including the path of the image that you wanna add. So here, on the same directory of the project or of the index of the HTML page, I have an image. So just I will type the name of the image and the extension, of course. Now, if I refresh the page, the image display. But what will happen if this page was inside a folder here? I call it image. It's a folder, okay? I just created a folder from here. And I moved this image from the base directory of the project inside this folder. Now, if I refresh the page, there is no images. In order to do this, I need to type the correct path for the page. Now the page located inside this image folder forward slash the name of the page. And if this folder present inside other folder called, for example, source, so you need also to include it. I hope that this point is clear for you guys. Okay. Now I will keep it in image folder. It's okay for me. If I refresh the page right now, it will display again. Okay. There are another attribute which is alt. Let's imagine that we published this web page online and the user internet connection is not stable. So if I change something, if I change it, let's remove it. Let's remove this. So the display of the image, the image will not display, right? So we need to inform the user that there is an image here, but it's not uploaded or downloaded because of the internet connection. So we are typing here a message in case of the image is not loaded, So I will type here something like coffee image. Let's refresh, as you can see. And if I type the correct path, if the internet connection is good, okay, and refresh the page, the image will display again. I hope it's clear, okay? Okay, now let's add table. Okay, this part is table, and as you can see, there is a head for the table, and there is normal, you can say normal rows inside the table. In order to create such a thing, you need to include table tag. Inside the table tag, we have row. Every single line of this table is row. Inside the row, we have th for t header. Normally we have two th inside the first row, right? And then we have another row, but the cells inside the normal rows are called td. Okay, so we have also td. So the number of columns needs to be, the same. Actually, it doesn't have to be the same, but let's do it right now as we have on the final project. Okay, so we have also another TV. Then we have two row more. We have two more rows. So I will copy this row, paste it two times. Let's copy the content. The first row, which has a header of the table, have title and the price. So title, let's type it. So the home price. The second one, which is data. The first one is just for the title. The price is £10. Okay. Cappuccino. The price of it is £4. Of course, it's not any better, but it's okay. And the last one is £5. Okay. You can of course modify it. It has no effect in HTML as you can notice. I need to make the code clean. Okay. If we refresh our page, uh, as you can see, same as here, right? Same as here. So we can add some styling also on the table inside the HTML, but I don't like using HTML attributes in order to style anything, okay? Because it's not practical. And when we start styling in CSS, you will notice the difference. So now we are done with table part, and let's move to the next part. Okay, now let's add links, okay? As you can see, we have a simple paragraph here, and inside this paragraph, we added a link. When I click this link, it will, redirect me into Instagram. Let's back again. How can we add links inside our HTML page? You can use a tag, and as you can see, it has attribute which is href. Here you can add the link to any website, external website you want, or if you have another web page here, when you click the link, it moves you to the other HTML page present in the same directory or in other directory of the same project. You can of course type just the name of the page. For example, if I have another copy of, if I have, for example, index1.html here, when I click this link, redirect me to this page, I can simply include the name of the page here. So I can say index1, for example, .html. But here I wanted to go to another website, which is Instagram, for example. So here you can just copy the link for Instagram. You can just copy the link for Instagram like this. Go to Instagram. Yes. Instagram. Yeah. And here just copy the link with the protocol, of course. Okay. And paste it here inside the href. And here you type the word that you want to be displayed. When you click this word, the it will transfer you to this website or to this link that you applied here. Okay, so just I will type Instagram. here in the page, okay, as you can see, I will refresh. Yeah, there's Instagram. If I click it, it will transfer me to Instagram page. So I will back again, and yeah, let's reflect what we have here. We have, as I mentioned before, of course you can include tags inside tags, or you can embed tags inside tags. So we have a paragraph. Inside it we have this page, and I will just remove this Instagram, and I will add the complete tag inside the paragraph tag before closing the p tag. But you have to respect the order. Now you have A, so you have to close it before you close the parent tag. In such cases, we are calling P as the parent tag and A is the child tag. So the outer tag is the parent and the inner tag is the child. And you will hear this expression a lot when we are talking in CSS course. So you need to notice it. So if I refresh, as you refresh, if I click Instagram, still working. But what if I want to open a new tab? When I click Instagram, open it in a new tab. Normally there is an attribute of A here. You can add this attribute, which is blank. No, it's I forget it. I think it's target. Yeah, target. You add blank. Now it's an attribute. The attribute, it changes, has an effect on the behavior of the link, or the attribute that you are adding inside the tag has an effect on the tag, of course. So if I refresh, click Instagram, as you can notice, now it's open in a new tab, right? Okay, let's close it. But I don't want this effect, so I will remove it. But of course you can keep it as you want. Now let's refresh, and everything is okay in this moment. Okay, now let's add the list, or let's talk about lists. But before talking about lists, I have this small exercise for you. Stop the video and add a line after the paragraph, the last paragraph that we typed here. Add a line and add two H2 tags inside them, one for ingredients and one for recipe. So I expect that you will stop the video and do this exercise. Okay, now let's add the HR tag. It will create the line for us, as you know, as you can see. Then I will add two H2 tags, one for ingredients and the other for recipe. Okay, after each one, there is a list. Okay, so in HTML, we have two types of lists. One, we are calling it unordered list, and the display of all unordered list elements with dots like this. And of course, you can change it to circles and something like this. And I will not waste your time and my time talking about something that we are not doing it in real projects, because even we are removing it in CSS and we start styling it using CSS. So I will not even talk about ordered list, because mostly we are using unordered list. So I will create an ordered list. In order to create it, you need to add UL tags. Inside them, you need li. So this seems that you are see this single elements is li. Okay, and I will generate random text using Lorem. Lorem, you type this word and you add the number of words that you want to generate. I want to generate just 5 words, so I will type Lorem 5. Enter. As you can see, I will copy it 5 more times or 4 more times, and I will take it, copy, and paste it after ingredients. Okay, let's refresh the page. As you can see, we created the 2 unordered list successfully. Now let's talk about the last part of this project, which is this form. As you can see, we have this input that we can enter data inside it, and we have this other input, and we have this text area. Then we have this button. When we click the button, look, nothing happens. It's an odd behavior, and I will fix it. Okay, I will fix it while we are building this form. But here, these elements or these inputs are connected together. Of course, I can type input text area input without including them inside form tag. But in this way, we are separating each element together. But as you can see, when we will build or when we include them inside a form tag, in this way we are connecting all of these elements together, and in this way when we are clicking submit, so submit button is connected with this text area, with this email field, with this name field, and the data will be sent into the place that we want to send it to, which is backend. When we will talk about backend and for backend frameworks like Django or something like this. Till this moment, I want you just to focus about the HTML part of it and forget about what I'm saying, okay? So in order to create form, I will type form tag. Inside form tag, I will type input, the first one, these attributes, okay? It has an attributes. Every input has an attributes. The type of the first attribute, I will keep it text. I will type the name of username, for example. The second input, I will make it email, and the name I will keep it as name email also. By the way, type this attribute when you specify that it's a text, some validation will appear on it. When you type it as email, another validation happens, and I will show you some of this right now. The second one is text area, and here I will add the content, which is message at the beginning. Then we have an input, it will be submit, it's a type, right? And the value, but inside it will be okay or submit, okay, but with capital S. So here, let's refresh. Okay, we can add placeholder, this text that appears here, it's placeholder. So here I will add another attribute, which is placeholder, For example, enter your name. And the second input, I will put a placeholder, which is enter your email. If we refresh, as you can see, placeholder appears here. What I'm saying is, when I'm typing, for example, my name, which is Abdullah, for example, or Abdul, my email, for example, something like this, and some message. If I try to submit now, this form is connected together. When I click submit, the form will be submitted into the place that I will specify when we will build the back end for this. Don't focus about these topics, but I just want to give you a brief introduction to know why I'm adding form, why I did not add another tag, or even why I did not, why should I add form? If I click submit, look, here some validations will happen. Why? Because here I am telling that this input is accepting the email, okay? And here there is no any indication that it's an email. So if I added add and type anything, I try to submit, as you can see that the value has been submitted. Now it's submitted for nothing, okay? And as you can see here, username, Abdo, email, the email is I type. Right now, username is the name. So whatever the things that you are typing here, when you're submitting the form is submitted in something like this. Username equal the name that I typed in the front end, and email equal something like this at gmail.com, for example, or anything. And yeah, by the way, if you want to add comment inside HTML, you can add a comment in this way. You are this sign here and this sign here, and any content inside between them, any content that you are typing here in between them, it will not be displayed. The browser, when the browser translates this page, it will ignore what you are typing inside it. And it's good, by the way, because here you can leave a messages for yourself, because in the future when you are trying to make something like modifications on your projects or something, so you need here, for example, if you are a beginner, you can add this such comments like I added form tag to group them together. Or if you are working in a big project with your with your co-workers or something, so you are leaving comments for them, they are leaving comments for you, and so on, to group elements together, okay? Something like this. So the browser will not display this part. Before the form, there is nothing to display, okay? So let's make a brief, because I know that I talked so much about forms and you are just a beginner, and I'm trying to give you a lot of unnecessary information in this moment. So what I want you to understand from forms is that in order to create a form for login, sign in, sending a message for accepting messages from users or something like this, you are typing form, then you are adding the inputs, with the appropriate attributes for each one, and that's it.